We are about to kick off the new season here at St. Mary's University, and that means a new episode of Coleman's Corner with Executive Athletics Director Robert Coleman. Rob, thanks for spending some time with us here today. We're going to preview the fall sports seasons. We got men's soccer, women's soccer, and volleyball. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about some department-wide news. We got a lot of news going on in the athletics department here at St. Mary's. First and foremost, our student athletes did an excellent job in the classroom this year. They earned the Lone Star Conference Balfour Academic Excellence Award, with baseball, women's tennis, and women's golf taking the team awards. Talk a little bit about that and their accomplishment in the classroom.
Yeah, well, first off, Brian, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. And I am, very, very excited about the upcoming season. And yeah, over the summer months, we were awarded the Academic Excellence Award for the conference. 2 years ago, our women won the award, and we were super excited because it's only our fourth year, in the conference, and for the guys to get it, it just shows to me that we're doing a really good job, both academically and athletically here, and that's really the bottom line, that there's a great outcome for our student athletes when they come through this program. For those teams to win it and for the guys to win the championship, in the Academic Excellence Award, it's a special time for us. We finished the spring season on such a great note athletically, and our academic success rate, Brian, is second in the conference at around 85%. And then our 6-year graduation rate is first in the conference at 75%. So as I said here in the beginning, I think we do it really, really well. High-end athletics and high-end academics, and a student athlete who comes here is going to get the best of both worlds. So excited for that announcement, excited for the guys, excited for the women for what they did a couple years ago, and again, they were close to winning the women's one again this year, and again, it kicks us off to a great start to the season.
In addition, we've added also a 13th team here in the athletics department. Stunt is now a member of the St. Mary's Athletics Department. Take us through the process of beginning the program and what excites you most about their inaugural season this upcoming year.
A whole lot of things go into that. Well, first of all, there's some folks in our conference who are really helpful and who do have the sport of stunt already. Who kind of shared numbers with me, and after I saw some of the things they were doing in a revenue way, I thought, wow, this might be a great opportunity for us to continue to build out our portfolio of sports here. I brought it to the president, and he brought it to the board, and it was a little slow going at first, but we finally got the okay to move forward. We have plans to add more sports here, then quite honestly, Brian, we got really, really lucky. We got a great coach in Jordan, who's won a national championship at Davenport. We had a good search, but she was, the top one. There was no doubt about that, and she agreed to join us from afar. Living in Michigan, and she did an awesome job recruiting through the whole season. To have 22 players on our first team, and the great thing about Division II, partial scholarship academically and athletically, and put a great team together. And so, yeah, we're super excited that, we're hopeful in January it will be an NCAA sport, that it will get voted in. It didn't make it last year, but to have 4 teams in the conference, and there's a few others who are thinking about it, we're super excited that, we've added this competitive sport. We just hosted the national championships for Stunt here in our arena in the spring, and so super excited. And Brian, not even just that, but I'm also super excited that we've added a whole bunch of new staff, our training staff, our sports performance, women's basketball, obviously bringing you back into the fold here, and some of the things we've done in our sports information office with you and Heather. Really, really excited that not only bringing Stunt in, but we've brought some really good people in, and that's what excites me really more than anything, that I think we're going to get off to a great start.
Appreciate the kind words, Rob. In addition to the improvements in staff and all those additions, we've also had a few additions around the facilities here at the university. We've had the golf simulator. That's been a project that you guys have been working on. In addition, men's and women's soccer, they've got a brand new scoreboard. Talk a little bit about all those projects.
Yeah. So, each year we try to do, some little things. And this year, putting in a new scoreboard at soccer was, it took a little longer than we wanted it to, but got it in here in the beginning of August, and excited. It's a nice scoreboard, long overdue for that field, and it's just another added element to make our student athletes know how much we care about them. We constantly have our eye on things that are kind of wearing down and need upgrades, and as you mentioned, the golf simulator room. It's another project that's taken a little longer than it needs to. We have some alumni support for that room, and we're going to take that a racquetball court and convert it into a golf simulator room. So our team has a place here on campus. We can't always get onto a private course every single week, every day of every week, and so that room's going to be, a huge upgrade as well for our men's and women's golf program. And the hope is, sometime maybe by the holiday, we might be able to have that thing finished.
And before we talk about our fall sports seasons, we had our Kickoff BBQ this past weekend. What were some of your favorite highlights during that Kickoff BBQ?
To be honest, it probably was our best vibe that I've gotten from that. It was super crowded. It's great to see alumni come back. It's great to see some of the parents who come back, some new ones and some returning parents. It just, like I said, Brian, it had a really great vibe to it. Like, again, we took the spring and the great spring we had, and, it's trickled in here to into the fall season. I think we're going to get off to a great start. The game that you guys organized and played, they're so competitive. It doesn't matter, kind of what they're doing, but to have all the teams go up against each other, and it was good. It was good to see. It's a good opportunity, that barbecue, for our student athletes to mingle with other student athletes, help the freshmen, get connected here, and so it's just awesome to see. Especially, I think Stunt did win the games we were playing. They were one of the winners, and so just integrating them into the program and everything's really great. So a great night, a great weekend just in general, and we had our Kickoff BBQ with the men's and women's soccer program. We hadn't done that before, bringing some alumni and parents back. So long weekend. I appreciate your efforts. Long and busy weekend, but a good one for sure.
Absolutely. It was a fun weekend to get to see all the student athletes mingle and get acquainted with one another as we get set for this upcoming school year. First weekend of competition is right upon us. Women's soccer, they're at home against Southern Nazarene. Men's soccer on the road against West Texas. And then volleyball will also be at West Texas for the Lady Buff Classic when they take on Northwest Missouri State. We'll start off with volleyball. Pegged 9th in the Lone Star Conference preseason poll. Coach Ulrich, her second year with the program. What are your expectations and thoughts heading into this year?
Well, again, I think we ended our fall, Brian, if you go back. I mean, last year I think was the first year in like 15 to 20 years that all three teams had a winning record in the fall. A little sad to say it, but on the other end of it, it was a really good season. I mean, Laura in her first year, they won like 13, 14 games and squeaked into the playoffs last year, and now the conference is only eight get in instead of 12 this year. Little harder, and we've got a lot of new bodies. I mean, probably 8 or 9 new players. Some of our freshmen are very talented, and I'm sure we're going to ask them to play like sophomores, and not too long from now, and we're going to go up to West Texas this weekend, and again, they're not only a great program, but there are other great programs who are there. And so, I think right now I don't have expectations with them. I just want them to get going and play hard. I mean, I think, build that culture, continue to build the culture of volleyball. When we hire Laura, we have a solid 3 to 5 year plan of how we're going to, move volleyball in the direction that, we want to go. And so, her in her second year, we're still on that growth thing right now. We need freshmen to play really well for us. We're young. Some of our returners who got a lot of play last year got to play good for us, right? Got to help out those freshmen. So, probably 9's probably a good spot to be. And as the season goes, it's just a preseason ranking, but it gives us some sort of gauge maybe where we're at, and it also gives us an opportunity. I'm sure anywhere from 5 through 10, any one of those teams can make that playoff. So we've got high hopes for that, but the expectations right now are I don't know. It's just let's just play hard, and let's see what happens from there.
We move on to women's soccer. Picked 6th in the preseason poll. Coach Driggs, another fairly new face, entering his 3rd year. What do you expect to see from women's soccer this year?
Same thing. We really, with Kevin's done a really nice job as well. Good recruitment. I mean, last year being in the playoffs, losing some games 1-0, that if you turn them around, I mean, who knows what our season could have been. But good winning season with our record and in the conference. We're in that year 3. Same as we talked about volleyball, that 3 through 5. I mean, this is the time that, we're hoping we can really start making some move over these next 2-3 years. With Commerce leaving, pick 6th. I don't know. Maybe that is. I think we could be a top 4 team. Quite honestly, if we play up to our talent and some expectations that we have, I think we're a dangerous team. Quite honestly, so a little different. I think than volleyball, where Kevin's going into year 3, and we do have some expectations of where we want to go in these next couple of years. And so, if we finish 6th, we'd probably be a little disappointed with that. It gets you in the playoffs. But we're hopeful we can be a top 4 team, and maybe some of the South Central rankings could consider us along the way. So a little bit different, little higher expectation there right now, and I think Kevin's really excited. We got a big game here, home match on Thursday, and we're going to wish him luck. And we saw the ladies this weekend at their kickoff event. I think they're super excited.
And lastly, men's soccer. I guess Coach Johnny Clifford, the veteran of the 3 coaches.
He would be the
entering
veteran.
his 4th year
Yes.
With the program. They're picked 3rd in the Lone Star Conference. We've seen them already have success in the past. What do you hope to see from them entering this year?
Yeah, so Johnny's actually going in his 5th year. He's gone along with me as the head coach, and my 4 years went really fast. So. Again, we do have high expectations for men. I mean, they've been our leading fall sport here since I've been here. Johnny's an excellent coach. He's really built that team, from scratch. Even when he was assistant, he was part of that rebuild. They're headed up to West Texas as we speak. Great, first match. Even though they're in our conference, it's a non-conference match. It's a really great test because West Texas A&M's super good in men's soccer. And so, high expectations for sure. I mean, I think, we're going for our conference championship. Quite honestly, I mean that's what we shoot for in the regular season and the tournament, and then obviously getting in the super regional, the top 10 teams between the South Central and the West, and seeing where it takes us. And so, we didn't get in last year. Kind of a little disappointed with that, but that's what happens sometimes, and we got to play a little better. We lost to a couple teams probably in our minds we shouldn't have lost to, and you can't do that to get into regionals. And so and it was a hard schedule last year. I mean, I think our schedule was even harder last year than it is this year. So excited. I know Johnny has high expectations. Again, some new players on that team as well. It's going to take him a little while to and I think we. Of the 30-something players on his team, he got 20-some-odd guys from international type players. And so, again, blending all that together. But he's a super hard worker, and we wish him, the best of luck here tomorrow. But high expectations for sure.
Looking forward to this upcoming fall season indeed. As we mentioned, women's soccer, they play first at home this Thursday against Southern Nazarene. For more information, check out rattlerathletics.com. Be on the lookout for the next episode of Coleman's Corner when we preview winter sports, men's and women's basketball on the docket for that one. For Executive Athletics Director Robert Coleman, I'm Brian Magloyoan. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.